Recordeu, si us plau, de silenciar telèfons mòbils, dir el nom i el mitjà abans de cada pregunta i fer una pregunta per torn. Gràcies. Marc Brau.
Bona tarda, míster. Marc Brau de Barça TV. De cara al partit de demà, tenint en compte com arriba aquesta Real Sociedad, 4 victòries seguides, 10 gols a favor, 1 en contra, més enllà del que ha passat a Anoeta les últimes temporades, tens la sensació que és un dels partits més difícils de l'any? Gràcies.
Bon día. Bueno, basado en lo que le he visto a la Real Sociedad en estos últimos partidos, es evidente que es un equipo en una racha positiva, no solo de resultados sino de juego.
Very positive run, playing good football, very identified with their coach's ideas. One of the strongest teams in attack. They play a very direct kind of football with José and Javi Prieto. They've got the capacity to bring the ball out from defence with some very strong midfielders. So they're a very dangerous opponent for us or for any team. They're winning their games. That's why they're so well positioned in the league. So yeah, really attractive game for us. It's going to make big demands of us, but so do all games.
Sempre ens has explicat que el partit més important, gairebé l'únic en què penses és el
You've always said that the next game is the most important game, but if Neymar gets booked, he can't play in the Clásico. So would you perhaps rest him tomorrow? No, not at all. No. There's just one game. San Sebastián. We get the same points for winning in San Sebastián for beating Madrid. 3 points. So, absolutely not.
Bon dia, Luis. Marta Ramon de RAC1. M'agradaria saber com estan, com es troben Umtiti.
Asking about Umtiti and Iniesta, whether they may be ready for the Clásico. I'm optimistic about getting them back. When depends on how the players develop. But yeah, they're both doing very well. Andres has been training for a couple of days now. That's very good news. Umtiti's done some of the work with us, but there's still some work to be done. Exactly when they come back depends on how they and the doctors see things. Asking about Gerard Piqué, who hasn't been training with the team. Asking about his ankle. Gerard Piqué is normal. It's a normal recovery process. He took a knock 2 games ago. So the players come in and do different kinds of work, working in the gym. Sometimes they're told to rest. It all depends on how things are developing. You can't say that there's nothing really to be concerned about Piqué. I mean, it's a contact sport and players take knocks. Sometimes they have to play carrying some kind of pain. It doesn't necessarily mean that he can't play tomorrow. That's the situation with Gerard Piqué. What is it about Anoeta that Barça find it so hard? They haven't won there since 2007. Always negative results there. Is it the team, the coach, the fans, the pitch? I'm not in the slightest bit interested in talking about the past. It's got absolutely nothing to do with what's going to happen tomorrow. You can talk about what happened 1 year, so many years ago. Makes no difference. The only game that really counts is our most recent game, and that was a very impressive win away to Celtic. Things that happened in 2004, 2005, doesn't matter, that's irrelevant. Tomorrow there are two very strong players, two strong footballing teams, both on and off the ball, are playing football tomorrow. we've got to go out and play well tomorrow. I'm sure Real will be thinking the same. We know how difficult it is to play against teams like Real Sociedad, but I really don't have any interest in previous results. They don't influence tomorrow's game. Okay, you're saying that it's not a reference, but the last two games that you've played at Anoeta, you've lost them. So there must be something there somewhere. Maybe that brings more motivation. It's 6 years since Barça won there. No, I'm not interested. I just said that before. Did I not explain that as politely and elaborately as I could?
Hola Luis, aquí a Sharaf Benay, DBN Sports. Esta tarde juega tu Sporting.
Sporting are playing at the Bernabeu today. Do you think Sporting can get a point there? They haven't won for 9 games. I always want Sporting to win games, apart from when they play against Barça.
Hola, Luis. Has parlat una mica de les targetes...
You mentioned there about Neymar and the yellow card situation, but it seems like the team's getting a lot of yellow cards this year. Is that something you're worried about? I hadn't actually assessed that, really, but yeah, that's something we do need to improve, really, if we're getting cards. We're not a team that normally delivers tackles that are worthy of yellow cards. Perhaps a lot of them are for protesting. Perhaps there's been a bit of a slump in that aspect, and it's something we do need to improve. Yes.
Hola Luis, Santi Valle para el BON. Me gustaría saber qué pasa, porque estos 2 días no he estado aquí, con Aleix Vidal.
Aleix Vidal, he's not been here for the last 2 days. What's happening? Nothing is wrong there. He asked me for permission to deal with some personal matters, and I felt it was appropriate to allow him to have those days off.
Hola, mister. Xavi Hernández para el diario Marca. El Barça ha visitado muchos campos difíciles este año.
Barça have been on some tough away trips this season. Just having a coughing fit, the poor reporter. Talking about the cold. Stop smoking. You need to stop smoking, he says.
Ha visitado campos complicados este año.
You've been to some difficult away grounds and coped very well with those. Balaidos, perhaps the most difficult away game because of the result, particularly the first half. But you've been to the Sanchez Pizjuan, San Mamés, Mestalla. So is that a boost for confidence going into another difficult away game? I don't know any ground in the First Division that's easy. They're all difficult. Away trips are always difficult. There are certain conditions that influence. Of course, we're going to go and compete. We do that every game. I repeat, looking at tomorrow's game, it's an attractive game against a very good opponent, a great coach who's doing a good job with this team, got an attacking idea, and you know I like teams that like to play attacking football. I can only congratulate Eusebio for what he's doing with his team. But what happened in previous years, I repeat, has nothing to do with what's happening tomorrow. I like to look positively at my team, and we're all looking forward to winning tomorrow at Anoeta. Talking about Eusebio, different First Division teams he's played at. Teams often haven't put that much, clubs have put that much faith in Eusebio, but he's generally done well. And can you speak about him? Do you think he could be a future Barça manager? No, we all know what a good manager he is. I've been on the same part of the coaching staff as him. I know how well prepared he is. He's got 100% Barça ideas. He knows exactly what he likes to get out of his teams. He was at Vigo as well, did very well with Barça B. Now he's at San Sebastian, and I'm really happy to see how well he's doing, and I like to see him applying positive attacking football. He's a man of this club who I'm sure could manage Barça, but there are lots of people that could do the same job. But yes, he's one of the ones perhaps that's best qualified for the job, yes.
Hola, Ivan Chanturi del Sport. ¿Te preocupa la renovación de Messi?
Messi and renewing his contract. Does that concern you? I think I spoke about that last week. I gave my verdict or my view back then, but I don't really have anything interesting to say on that. So, Real Madrid playing before Barça, how does that affect the pressure? We know the most important thing is for us to play well and win 3 points. Obviously, there's a solid leader at the moment that's getting good results. The only way that we can catch them is by winning our games. We can't do anything to change what they do in their games. So the only thing that really matters is that we have to win our game.
En aquest partit contra la Real, més que mai, aconseguir el primer gol del partit serà un...
How important it is to score first tomorrow. You never know. We didn't score first in Sevilla, but we won the game. What would I rather? Real Sociedad to score first, us to score first? Of course, us. But sometimes, or many times, that's not really decisive in the final result. But of course, I'd rather us to score first, but I'd much rather we win the game, rather than if we just score first. If they score first and we still win, I'd much rather that, of course.
Estabas apuntando justamente que la Real tiene una idea ofensiva.
You're talking about Real Sociedad and Eusebio and having attacking ideas. Do you think they're going to do that tomorrow, or do you think they might adjust their system to play against Barça? I think they'll stay 100% faithful to their idea of playing attacking football. We've seen that. We've got evidence of that. But I think they'll also draw back strongly to stop us from doing things behind their backs. So, you know, depending on whether they've got the ball or not, they'll be attacking or defensive. Depends on how the game pans out. But they've got a very strong structure of a team to play attacking football. It depends on whether they'll play short game or long balls. They're a team that actually can play both systems, unlike most in the league. Going back to the Messi situation, are you relieved that Manchester United and Manchester City's managers have openly said that they want Messi to retire at Barça? Does that relieve you? Do you know, I don't actually know. I haven't listened to what they've said. Don't know. I'm not interested. We all know how much media there is surrounding Messi, what he means for Catalonia, what he means for Barça. But I'm sure that Leo Messi, when he considers it correct, and the club as well, will give you the information. But I've really got nothing that I can say about that. Of course, I'd love him to finish his career here.
Luis, Josep Soldado de A3 Media. Te comentaban antes la incidencia de Neymar, que tiene 4 tarjetas.
Talking about Neymar's 4 yellows, potentially could be suspended from the Clásico. You know how important that game is for the players. So do you think he might play differently at Anoeta because he knows he could get a suspension? No, I don't think he'll play differently at all.
Hola Luis, buenos días. David Ibáñez de Mediaset Sport. Decía esta semana Messi que sois un equipo y que no...
Messi said this week that you're a team and that Messi dependence doesn't exist, but when he's on the field, the team plays differently. Do you sense that idea of needing Messi? Everyone's got their own opinion. I've given mine infinite times. I've got nothing else to say about that. How could we not miss the best player in the world? Of course we do. There's no question about that. But we have other options that we can draw upon whenever we have a player missing. Obviously, missing Messi is important, but look, you can say what you like about that. Everyone can have their opinion. I have nothing to say. Thank you very much. So we'll be finding out tomorrow the squad. Thank you for listening. All the best. Goodbye.